Welcome to SV Union High School and Junior College, Pune. Children, we had already started learning Standard 9, History, Chapter 5, Science and Technology. So, in the second part of the session, we are going to continue learning the same. DRDO had already started building up these missiles, and after building Prithvi 1, Prithvi 2 and Prithvi 3. Now, in order to show China and Pakistan that India's missile is strengthened and also India's borders to remain secure, Indian DRDO built Agni, this missile. This military missile had a range of 700 kilometers, and later Agni 2 and Agni 3 were also produced. After Prithvi 1, 2, 3 and Agni, in 1990, missile Akash was also developed. It was developed to fire from land into air. This missile has a capacity to carry 720 km explosives at supersonic speed and a range of 30 kilometers. So children, here you can understand the strength of this missile Akash. For what purpose it was developed? It was developed to fire from land into the air, especially during war times. And it has a capacity of 720 km to carry these explosives at supersonic speed. After Akash, even Nag missile was made to destroy the tanks of the enemy. And it is known as fire and forget. Like that, this missile was prepared. India has militarily become secured due to the production of these missiles. So, after we developed, like 1988 was for the first time Indian government, DRDO prepared Prithvi, then Agni, then Akash and Nag missiles were also prepared for especially to be used during war times. Space research. Indian National Committee for Space Research NCSR launched India's first research rocket from Thumba Equatorial Launch Center in Thumba in the state of Kerala. Then in 1969, rocket Rohini 75 was successfully launched. Next successful launch was our first satellite Aryabhatta in 1975 with Soviet Union. This proved that Indian scientists are confident and they could acquire the technology for sending a message from the Earth station to assess the working of the satellite. So children, this is our contribution from NCSR, that NCSR launched India's first research rocket at Thumba. Then in 1969, rocket Rohini 75. And this way, even our first satellite Aryabhatta was also successfully launched in India in 1975 with Soviet Union. So all this launching of all these rockets prove one thing, that Indian scientists were very, very confident and they could acquire more advanced technology for sending a message from Earth station, and also it could assess the working of the satellite properly. After getting succeeded in the basic program of space research, which started from 1961, even so many rockets were also, rocket related projects were also launched by India. That too, India got succeeded in it. Now, Indian Space Research Organization was also established on 15th August 1969. It was established to carry out further space research work. So, the headquarters of ISRO, that is Indian Space Research Organization, headquarters of ISRO are at Bengaluru, and ISRO activated the space station at Sriharikota in Andhra Pradesh for launching our satellites in space. And presently it is working so successfully, and so many thousands of scientists are involved in the working of this space research. After successful launching of nuclear reactors, then rockets, now India launched remote sensing experimental satellite Bhaskar 1. It was launched with the help of Soviet Union in 1979. Why was it launched? It was launched to observe various things on the surface of the earth by using remote sensing technology of this rocket, of this satellite. This remote sensing technology would be useful for India's development by regarding water bodies, mineral deposits, forecasting weather, bowels of the earth, environment and forests, and even for oceanography, etc. So launching of this satellite Bhaskar 1 was going to be very, very useful for India's development into different fields like mineral deposit, water bodies, forecasting weather, and even the photographs taken with the help of this technology about the bowels of the earth, then environment and forecasts, forests, as well as even the satellite was useful for oceanography. So in 1981, within the span of 2 years, even Bhaskar 2 was launched from Soviet Union. Ariane Passenger Payload Experiment means Apple. The satellite was completely built by ISRO and it was launched by ISRO on 19 June 1981 from the French Guiana. Apple was also beneficial, it was highly useful for education purpose, and the objective to provide emergency telecommunication services also became possible due to Apple. The satellite INSAT-1B was launched in space in August 1983. This launch brought a major revolution, came about in the areas of telecommunication, television, radio, weather forecasting, and space research in India. It could connect the 207 Akashvani or radio stations with each other. Its mechanism was also useful in rescue of the people caught in the disaster like shipwreck or even airplane crash. It was useful in getting the information of cyclones or storms, in the fields of telemedicine, educational institutions, service enabling the population from remote areas to seek advice, treatment from expert doctors. Public health centers in villages have been connected with super specialty hospitals through INSAT. So now children, you can imagine how much level and regarding which fields is this INSAT useful. The satellite INSAT-1B, it was launched in 1983 and having some perspective or having some purposes behind it. So that television, radio, weather forecasting, space research, telecommunication, there were different areas in which this launch was going to be a very important one. It could also connect 207 Akashvani and radio stations with each other. You can imagine. Now sitting at home also, you can become aware about different things, worldly happenings. Its mechanism was also useful in rescuing the people, like to rescue the people caught in natural disasters or even sometimes, natural disasters and even airplane crash. It was also useful in giving the information of cyclones, means again natural disasters. People could come to know with the help of this INSAT-1B. Also, it was going to be very useful for medical health services purpose, like people from rural areas or villages also could seek advice by the consultation by the expert doctors through this satellite. So public health centers in villages were connected, they have been connected with super specialty hospitals through this INSAT. So you can imagine it was a savior of time also, of energy also, and many like future mishaps or cyclones or storms or earthquakes, we could come to know with the help of this INSAT-1B. Children, as we are getting acquainted with all those technological progress, different fields, let's learn about technological progress in railway engines also. A factory manufacturing railway engines, Chittaranjan Locomotive Works, was set up at Chittaranjan in Bardhaman district in West Bengal. Then steam engines, electric engines and engines running on diesel were also manufactured here. The first diesel engine was manufactured at the Diesel Locomotive Works at Varanasi. India started exporting railway engines to Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Tanzania and Vietnam. So you can imagine, children, after our independence, slowly Indian government took up certain tasks to be developed in coming future. And after learning about missile development, now we are learning about technological progress. So here factories regarding manufacturing of railway engines were also started. First of all, it was started as Chittaranjan Locomotive Works at Chittaranjan in Bardhaman district in West Bengal. Then slowly steam engines which would run on electricity, electric engines running on diesel were also started getting manufactured in India. So such first diesel engine was manufactured at Varanasi at the diesel locomotive works, and slowly India started exporting, because once the manufacturing is done, India could export these railway engines, electric engines, steam engines, diesel engines to some countries also like Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Tanzania and Vietnam. So there were so many nations where India started its exporting business also. After learning about technological progress, children, it was also necessary for us to understand telex service system. The Department of Telecommunications under the Ministry of Communications started this telex service in 1963. Actually, it was to transmit typed messages from one part of the country to another rapidly. Later on, this system, this telex service also started in Devanagari script in Delhi, and later all over the country it started, as well as in all other fields. With the rise of internet in after 1990, slowly the significance of this service started getting reduced. So, but we cannot ignore the importance of telex services also, because that was the time when 1963, for the first time, if you know about the pager and all other services, like with the pager you could send the message from one place to the other, provided that person also has the pager, that handset of pager in his hand. So these were the telex services, children. It started first in 1963. Later on, it also started sending the messages in Devanagari script, that is in Marathi, first in Delhi and then in all over the country. First in one field it was limited, but now it also spread in all other fields. But slowly the importance of telex service started getting reduced after the arrival of internet system. So children, we have completed learning the chapter up to the technological progress. We will learn remaining part of the chapter in the next video session. Till then, thank you.